I think almost everyone that works at the college can truly say it's about the people. I mean, we see the students that come in and they're juggling life, work, a family. And at the end of the day, they want to come and get that educational goal completed. So what can we do in order to provide that clarity for them? With that being said, we want to make sure that we are talking through things intentionally for them and knowing that we have a clear plan for them laid out. That helps me get through the day and make sure that I'm coming back to help the rest of the students because at the end of the day, they are the future. They are what we need here.
Welcome to Tech Talk with WSU Tech. I'm Dr. Sheree Utash, and I'm super happy to be here today with Lacey Ledwich, who is the Executive Director of our Financial Aid Services. And, you know, I just love you dearly for so many reasons. But I really am going to ask you to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about financial services. What does it look like today at WSU Tech?
Yeah, so I'm Lacey Ledwich, the Executive Director of Student Financial Services. So Student Financial Services encompasses our financial aid, our business office, veteran services, and scholarship departments.
That's a whole lot more than financial aid.
It is. So my role is very unique because I get to help look to find ways to remove those financial barriers to help our students access, afford, and complete that educational goal.
So for someone that's never done financial aid, this is one of the things I never did. I've done most everything, but I've never done financial aid. Talk about how you work with students and help them with their education and all the different things that you can offer to that student.
So a multitude of our students come in, and this is the first time that they've ever applied for financial aid, and that's okay. The team works through step by step, starting with helping them complete the FAFSA, understanding their award offer to see what they're eligible for, but the ultimate goal is to help them feel less overwhelmed about the process and know that they're going to be able to get enrolled, stay enrolled, and complete that educational goal.
So talk about the work that you do with scholarships. Talk about the work that you do with financial plans, the business office,
Absolutely.
those kind of things.
So with our scholarships, we promote those as much as we can. Kansas Promise is a huge funding source for our students, as well as Wichita Promise and all of our foundation donors. With that, we try to help the students with any gift aid first, which is going to be that free money that they do not have to pay back. In the end, we know that not everyone is going to qualify for those. So we have unique opportunities with payment plan options for our business office.
So with 66% of our students being first generation students and close to 70% being Pell eligible, you are one busy area of the college.
We are, yes.
How has the college changed? I'm trying to remember. You've been at the college maybe 12 years?
No, I'm actually going on almost 17 years
Are
at the
you
college.
really?
I am. Yeah, I joked about that because I said, personally, I have professionally grown up here. So starting as an entry-level financial aid employee, I ventured a little over to academics in the aviation department before I came back home to financial aid. But being able to see just the perspective from what our frontline team does on a daily basis with student interactions, appointments, processing that paperwork, it gives me a unique opportunity to go in to find those efficiencies and where can we streamline processes so it is not overwhelming and it makes those students more positive to go to school.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about your time in academics.
Yes.
When you were in aviation. Gosh, 17 years. Wow, time
long
flies.
time.
I mean, I know I've watched your kids grow up.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I've watched them since they were born. So I do know that. But yeah, that's crazy. So much compliance. And for that, I thank you so much because you are so good at making sure that we are compliant, that we're meeting regulations. I mean, I get all these emails and I always just forward them to you and say, I hope you're on this or you're working this right or FYI. How do you stay up on all this? Because it's really changing and it's changing a lot.
It changes all the time. And I mean, let's be honest, that's kind of part of our jobs. So we are constantly in the weeds when it is trying to attend professional training opportunities, staying engaged with those professional associations. But the main thing is just digging into those regulations. For my team to be able to go through, read those regulations and policies, we're able to make it easier and more clear and concise for our students. So ensuring every single day, whatever they're sending out to us, you stay up to date with those electronic announcements. But then ensuring that when we do have that information, how does the rest of the team interpret it to make sure that while I see one thing, I want to make sure that everyone is understanding the same thing.
Because it's complex.
It is.
So do you guys really work hard to kind of break that down into just simple language? Because
Yes,
I see
absolutely.
these emails and I do read them before I forward them to you. But it's very complex.
So we like to joke that we do the simple words for our students because it is very overwhelming. So we will go more to, instead of saying just a federal Pell Grant, we will say it is a grant. That is free money. And when we talk about student loans, that is a loan that you do have to pay back. So making sure that we are very basic and intentional when we talk to the students, because it is very overwhelming even for grown adults who have been in it for so many years.
Yeah. So how many times do you have to tell a student over and over and over what all this means? I mean, I'm just guessing because this is like learning a new language almost.
Absolutely. Depends on the student, of course. More times than none, I would say that we have to notify them, but just making sure that we are constantly being proactive and sharing that information so that at the end of the day, they start to remember, oh, I remember that was that one word that I don't have to pay that back.
And acronyms like crazy.
Yes,
Another
we
thing
live by
that you have
them.
to break down for
Yes.
students because it's a whole new language
Yes,
for many of them.
absolutely.
And for parents, because you deal with a lot of parents, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, we talk a lot about making sure that students are ready day one. It's kind of it's our philosophy. It's kind of our promise to students. Talk to me about the role that you and your team play to make sure students are ready day one for the classroom.
So day one, being ready doesn't mean physically just walking in the door and sitting down. To us, being ready for day one, it's removing all of those distractions around them. And for our side of the house, it's that financial stress. That financial stress, what can we do to remove that barrier? So it is early engagement with FAFSA completion campaigns. It is being proactive with our communication to ensure that they're getting all of those documentations in time. But at the end of the day, it is working closely with our advising team, business office, and financial aid to ensure that there's no balances that are on their accounts, holds that need to be removed. We want to get those resolved before they enter the first day of school. Making sure that they have their books, supplies, scrubs on day one. That's essential. They need to be positive when they're starting the
And
program.
they know how they're paying for it.
Yes.
Because we all know that financial stress is a distress and takes away the focus of anything else. I mean, we can get so fixated on that. We can't learn. We can't think about what we need to be doing. We can't focus on what while we're here.
Right.
The work that you do is very number oriented, but it goes far beyond the numbers.
Yes.
What drives you to do the work that you do?
I think almost everyone that works at the college can truly say it's about the people. I mean, we see the students that come in and they're juggling life, work, a family. And at the end of the day, they want to come and get that educational goal completed. So what can we do in order to provide that clarity for them? With that being said, we want to make sure that we are talking through things intentionally for them and knowing that we have a clear plan for them laid out. That helps me get through the day and make sure that I'm coming back to help the rest of the students because at the end of the day, they are the future. They are what we need here.
What's changed over the last several years? I mean, and you mentioned veterans. I want to kind of have you talk a little bit about what you do with that. But I mean, such a huge change. Enrollment growth.
Too much.
I mean, 11 years of back-to-back enrollment growth, which means what for you and your team?
We have to find efficiencies, leverage our technology that the college has funded for us, mainly streamlining the process. So we have found unique ways to put into place financial aid success coaches. So those success coaches are the ones that are going to be the first line of communication for the students. They'll be their point person if they're struggling getting anything submitted online. They will go to them for when is their financial aid even going to come in. So being able to implement all of our resources, but then also having those people at the front lines for them, I think is what's benefited us the most with this growth.
So something that a lot of people probably don't know is you have an annual audit. just like the college
Mhm.
has an audit.
Yes.
And why don't you brag on that a little bit? Because I think it's pretty awesome, the audit report that you have had over the years.
Yes.
And they're always clean and they're always good. But, brag on your team a little bit
Yeah,
about
I
that.
mean, it truly is the team. And we say the team, it's not just the ones pushing the paper on the financial aid side, it's on the business office side, it's up with finance, and it's also with our advising team. I mean, we all play a huge role into the administration of higher education and being awarded federal financial aid. So having that team aspect that everyone is here for the same goal, it allows us to have those clean audits. And we've done that for multiple years.
Yeah.
So I hope you didn't just jinx me for some reason.
I didn't, because
Yes.
I know you're on it.
Yes.
Talk about Veterans Affairs, because
Yes.
that's a part of the work that you do also. So what's it like to work with the VA and the military students
Yeah.
and their families?
So the VA is just as complex as the Department of Education. So we are constantly at the same time, we have annual audits with them as well. So engaging our stakeholders, we do have a unique opportunity that we work with individuals for the state with the approving agency for the VA. So there are intermediate to the Department of Education and then Department of Veteran Affairs. So back and forth, constant communication is key to ensuring that all of our new programs that we continue to go get the eligibility so that our veterans can access that. We have so many students and veterans that have an opportunity to come here, get prior learning, go back into the industry, and come out debt-free. And so being able to build that constant communication with them and ensuring that we are staying on top of all of the resources that are available to the veterans. At the same time, we just need to make sure that we have a face to the Veteran Services team.
So I know you are working and have been and continue to work on the Heroes Make America program.
Yes.
Which I love that program. And I know we are hopefully awaiting some good news
good news.
in order to kind of reignite that so that our veterans or our active military have the opportunity and have a funding line for that program. And that's such an incredible thing. When we think about our veterans that have separated or retired, we want them to stay in Wichita. We want them to be part of the fabric of here. It's like, they didn't maybe choose to come to McConnell, but we want them to stay
here
when they leave. Talk about, the work that, that we have done on the Heroes Make America program, because I don't know a lot of people know really what that is.
And to be honest, I'm not in the weeds on it as much as others at the college. But I will say, we had a great opportunity with some scholarship funds to help support that endeavor as we were waiting for Veteran Affairs to approve the funding for it. With that in mind, just having that constant communication with the ones at McConnell and then the students here, the instructors play a huge role in it as well. So going through the process to make sure that those students can come in and have that completely covered, it's taking a lot of time. There's a backlog with Veteran Affairs, and we're working through that. But the college has always been, right now, I should say, in a unique position that we can bridge that gap. Even if it is a short time, we can do it for a year to 18 months to get that approval for them.
So just, when I kind of think about the growth of the college, the number of students, and I think about all of the touch points under your leadership, there's lots of papers, there's lots of data, there's lots of numbers, there's lots of compliance. I want to thank you for what you do with that, because this is such an important piece. I have often said, and you've heard me say this, that that strong, stable financial aid and financial services at the college is the key to keeping us open and keeping us running. Because without those dollars coming in from the Department of Ed and others, we couldn't do the work that we do.
Well, thank you.
So I appreciate what you and your team do. Just kind of coming back around towards the end of this, I want to ask you, is there a story or a moment that just you must have lots of these, but something that, you want to share that really demonstrates and illustrates why the work matters?
Thinking through, long time ago, one of my supervisors gave me a great point to create what we call a smile file. And so when you're having those bad days, whenever you have students that just bring you a little bit of joy, put that into that folder so that you can kind of go back to it. So thinking through that, I think of one student that came in. He had lost both of his parents, being very ambitious, trying to go through the college program with a uncle that was supporting him along the way. They were determined, but extremely overwhelmed. This individual had a little uncertainty in himself. What turned into a normal just meeting to come and check in on financial aid and what could be an option for him, I would say turned into a monthly occurrence with him. Almost 2 years straight. That kid was persistent. With it, I remember about 2 weeks before graduation, had sent one last email to me and said, can we meet just one more time? I want to make sure everything is taken care of with financial aid. Came in, and bless his heart, he was like, I want to walk across that stage. Almost started tearing up from it.
I love
and
it.
after we got through all of that, he's like, can I give you a hug? And I'm like, yes. It felt like he was closing that chapter and he was getting ready to embark on the next step. I'm going to tear up because of it.
And how important
Yes.
the role that you played in that for that student.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are we're in the hope and dreams business.
We are.
And so much of what I always say is we need to remove the barriers. And you and your team, you are incredibly good at removing those barriers for students. And I cannot thank you enough for that. Last question for you. That's the one you've been looking for, right?
Yes.
Okay, looking ahead, what excites you most about the student financial services and where we're headed? What excites you the most?
You know, right now, I just have to say, they are a great team. When we talk about financial aid, the business office, veteran services, and scholarships, they all work so hard. And so what excites me is their continued approach to being student-centered. They are working to find those efficiencies to make it more clear for them. We want it to be a pleasant experience to come see us and not something that's so daunting. That's like, I have to go talk to financial aid now. We're not necessarily the ones that get to be the exciting department. So being able that we can be that sound advice and just provide them some reassurance keeps me excited to continue coming back every day.
Lacey, just from the bottom of my heart, me personally, I just really thank you. You have made my job so much easier over the years, and I really appreciate all that you have done and all the dedication to the compliance and the regulations, but the passion and the heart that you have for the work that we do and for the college, for our students, and for your all the people that work there. So thank you for coming on today and sharing some time with me.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity.
You bet. All right, and that'll do it for this Tech Talk with WSU Tech. We'll see you next time.